Hello and welcome to another Tamar Talks Media video. In this video I'm going to be looking into the features and conventions of everyday film trailers. So features are sort of things you can recognise in many different trailers, and conventions are, well, you already know what a convention is because we've done many a video on that. If you don't know what one is by now, just go back to the bottom of the blog and read again, because you clearly haven't been learning. So we'll make like a fox, and I don't know what that saying is, but we're going to start anyway. We're going to start with the features because they're the first things that I've written down on this piece of paper, so why would we start from the bottom? The first feature that I know of film trailers are that they're always shown alongside other trailers of the same genre and same age rating or film rating, so they can appeal to the audience. Because obviously if you're going to the cinema and you're going to watch a new Star Wars film, you'd show film trailers of the same age rating and the same genre, so because you know that people who are watching that film are going to the trailers are going to appeal to them. Because you wouldn't sit your kid down in front, like you wouldn't go to see a kids film, so you wouldn't go to see Frozen and expect to see a film trailer for the latest Star Wars, even though it is sort of like Disney now. But you wouldn't see a trailer for the new Star Wars, you wouldn't see a trailer for something like The Hateful Eight, because it's not going to appeal to that audience, and in actual fact half of them won't even be old enough to see some of them films. So if you were going to go see The Hateful Eight, you would then see trailers for stuff like I don't know, other Quentin Tarantino films and films of that genre, so you'd see other sort of crimey, westerny trailers really. So say Django Unchained was released at the same time as Hateful Eight, sort of, you'd then see trailers for like Django Unchained, and then you'd see the film Hateful Eight. If you get what I mean, I hope you do, because I hope it made sense. But that's the first feature. The second feature is that they usually always show the MPAA, which is the Motion Pictures Association of America screen at the start, and these can actually change in colour. So you do have the green ones and you have the red ones. The red ones are for films that are of an R rating, and so they'll be like really gory, have lots of sex in them and all stuff like that. And then you get the green ones for sort of PGs, U's, Universal, 13s. Oh no, 13's only American thing. It's 12 in England, 15 and stuff like that really. So you get the red screen if it's going to be really violent and it's an R-rated film, so like an 18 or something like that. Or if in America it would be like an 18. No, I think they've got R-rated, or they've got, is it PG-13? They've got some weird funny things, but yeah. So you usually get the MPAA green screen to show that it has been approved by the big bosses really. You also get credits shown at the end for a few seconds. So what I mean by credits is you get it's usually a repetition of the actors' names that you've already seen in the trailer and the film name, but then you also get music by, directed by, produced by, costume designed by, that sort of things. You get them shown for a few seconds at the end, so no one can ever read them, but they're there, you know, just as some people get the limelight. They usually, obviously as well, they show a release date so that people are watching them and can gonna go see that very soon when it comes out. And also to hype up the marketing, they will sometimes they'll release several different trailers showing different parts of the film and parts of the plot to the audience. So if you remember, before Star Wars The Force Awakens released, they had about, was it 6 in the end? I think it was 6 separate trailers. And obviously the new Suicide Squad one has been released, so that's 2 trailers for that now. Deadpool's got quite a few as well, because they've made the Valentine's Day one, and I think they've got a second one and they've got a first one. That's 3 for Deadpool, 6 for Star Wars, 2 for Suicide Squad. And it's all used to hype up how the film's going to be. Some people don't like this because they think it adds too much hype to the film and it's actually going to be really bad, but other people love it. Like, I know many people who will sit there and just watch them all on repeat. I don't see the attraction, but that's just what they do. And the final feature that I found is that film ratings and reviews can also be shown in between the clips of the film. So you have like an action shot of the main actor, and then you have like, I don't know what they're called. They sometimes like they do it in like little circle and it's got leaves on it, and it'll be like 5-star by the Daily Mail, and then you'll have another clip, and then you'll have best crime film since ever by some bloke from Colchester or something like that. Do you get me? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, they're the features. So what I mean by feature is it doesn't have to be in the trailer, but most trailers do have them. So I know when I start my research into trailers, not all of the trailers are going to have these features, but they could do, and they come up in quite a few, but it's not 100% set in stone they have to have this. Yes. And so obviously, as this video is about conventions and features, I'm now going to move on to conventions because that bit was the features. So yeah, I think the main convention that I found is that there is a lack of fade to blacks. It's mainly just really quick cuts, and it might go to black, but it'll be a cut to black instead of a fade to black, because I think fade to blacks are sort of too slow for trailers, because fade to blacks are usually something that happens in the actual film rather than the trailer. And like I said, there's also a lot of quick cuts, and there's loads of transitions, because obviously you're showing different bits of the plot, so you'll grab a bit from the beginning, a bit from the end, and a bit from the middle and stick it all together. It's obviously not going to make sense. It's better to have a transition in between these, because you might put the end at the beginning, the middle, and the middle, and the beginning at the end, or you might put end, beginning, middle. You never know, so it's easier to have a transition in there to show the audience that this isn't how it's going to happen in the actual film. Trailers tend like to switch between a lot of different time periods and locations. So say for the Suicide Squad trailer, I know at the start you've got 2 different locations already. You've got the maximum prison, security prison, and then you've got a door. So they're obviously 2 very different locations. In Deadpool, for the trailer for Deadpool, I know that there's sort of it's a junkyard where they're having a fight, but then they've also got where they make Ryan Reynolds into Deadpool. So there's lots of different locations, and these are all like different times as well, because obviously they might show the bit in like the Deadpool trailer I was talking about where they're about to have a fight. They might have shown that before the part where they're showing him actually getting changed into Deadpool, but obviously that part actually happened before the fight, because Deadpool can't have a fight as Deadpool if Deadpool hasn't been changed into Deadpool. So they're obviously going to switch up the locations, switch up the time periods that they're actually shown, and it's all to reveal different parts of the plot, but not to give away too much of the plot, because if you show different parts of the plot at different times when it would have happened, when it actually happens in the film, you're going to confuse people, and they're going to think, hang on a minute, I thought this was going to happen because I watched the trailer, but then you're like, honey, no, I changed it because I'm clever like that. Another one is it always shows the main characters who are involved. So obviously in the Deadpool trailer there is a lot of Deadpool you see. In the Star Wars Force Awakens trailer you see there's obviously the iconic bit where Harrison Ford or Han Solo and Chewbacca go into the Millennium Falcon, and then you get the bit where they say, Chewie, we're home. They're obviously main characters. And then you get Rey and Finn you saw in them ones too. You didn't know who they were, but clearly because they were shown quite a lot you knew they were going to be main characters. There's also sometimes more music than dialogue. There will be music throughout, but there's not dialogue throughout. You'll have bits of dialogue and music will still be playing underneath, but at a lower volume. But you'll still have music throughout, if you get me. Another thing, or the final convention that I found, is that the violence isn't shown as a whole, so you don't see a whole sequence of violence. You see the violence through the editing. So like the cuts, so you'll see someone like throwing a punch, but you won't see the person get hit by the punch because it will cut to another part, but you'll still know that there's violence in it. You just won't see it yet, but due to the like cuts and the editing of the trailer you'll know that there is violence, if you get me. And this also makes the footage have a sort of calmer atmosphere, because people are like, oh, it's fine, oh wait, no, he just got punched, but who got punched? Oh wait, it's all fine and dandy again. So yes, they are the conventions and the features, or the features and conventions, however you want to say it, of many film trailers. I'll probably, hopefully, be applying many of these to my own trailer in the end, because otherwise it wouldn't be a real trailer. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, I shall see you lot later. Ow. Goodbye.